Welcome back to another edition of Te Akau TV. Jamie, firstly we'll look back at last Saturday, Hall of Fame, finishing second behind a pretty smart one.
Yeah, no, very good run from him. Probably just dictated to a little bit by the draw, but Matt rode him super, got in a lovely spot and really chased hard. So he'll improve a lot with the run. He only had one soft trial leading in, and we'll pick out a couple of suitable races. Obviously his main goal will be the Guineas at November in Riccarton.
Alright, this week with no runners on Saturday, we're going to look at our nominations for Cup Week. We'll firstly start with the 2000 Guineas. Hall of Fame being our number one.
Yep, he goes to, could well go to Te Rapa on the 14th for 65.14, or he could go to the Bone Crusher on the 24th, so we'll just see what happens there. Plenty of options for a horse like him.
Heroic Valor steps out next Saturday.
Yeah, he goes to Ruakaka, who's been doing some lovely work. He's had a couple of quiet trials. Looks to have grown and furnished into a lovely horse, and he'll go Ruakaka, Hastings, and then we'll probably send him down. I think we'll just wait and see how the first couple of runs go.
The first of our unraced runners will be Wide Awake, impressive trialist winner.
Yeah, he trialled good at Te Teko both times. Probably look to kick him off on either the 14th or the 16th, Te Rapa or Taupo. And then make some further plans for him, but these maidens, they've got to step up, but they're in there and we give them a chance.
BEAUMARCHAIS has had two trials at Te Teko.
Yeah, another nice Savabeel horse. Very good galloper, just can let himself down mentally a little bit at times, but he's a work in progress. We'll just take him along quietly with the same sort of view as Wide Awake.
The Vermeer Racing owned KANE had two trials at Te Teko.
Yeah, he'll probably go to Te Rapa first up. A big long striding horse by showcasing, should appreciate a bigger track and better ground, but as with the other two, he's in there, but he's got to step up.
And the Cambridge stud owned Unfazed.
Yeah, she's the last of the noms for the 2000 Guineas. I spoke to Patrick during the week and he wanted to put her in both races, so she won at Te Teko the other day. Nice filly by Zabeel, she's the last of them, so let's give her a chance and see what happens.
On to the 1000 Guineas, first of them Sassy and Smart.
Yeah, she's coming up really well. She's had a couple of quiet trials as well. She goes to the Gold Trail on the 17th, and then we'll make some further plans for her as well, but she could go down early. Plenty of options for a filly like her. She's going along really nicely. Looking forward to seeing her back on top of the ground.
Tiffany's Time.
Tiffany's Time won at the trials well the other day at Te Teko. Nice filly by Alamosa. Thought that she was going to step up as a 2-year-old last campaign, but was just a little bit weak, so she had a good break at Te Akau, and she's really come back in good order. She's probably headed the same way Te Rapa, Taupo or Matamata a week later for her debut.
Okay. Corporamisso, who we saw at Taupo last week, she's heading to Matamata on Wednesday.
Yeah, she's been doing some nice work at home this week. Everything's coming along really nicely with her. Another smart missile filly that we train. Yeah, as I say, really happy with her, and if she can step up in her next couple of starts, there's no reason why she couldn't fit in the bill there either.
Play for Time, who we saw finish second at Ashburton last week.
Yeah, she's a nice fox wedge filly, come through that run very well, and she goes to the Canterbury Bell on the 17th. Then we'll make some further plans, but she's down there nice and early, and as we've seen before, that's a big advantage for our horses. And
of course, Au Naturel, an impressive winner at Taupo, who left our stable this morning to head to the South Island.
Yeah, she's in great order. Chris and Nicole took her down this morning, so everything seems to be spot on with her. Michael McNabb will travel down on the 17th and ride her in the Canterbury Bell, and she could either have 2 runs in or 3. She could go the John Grigg or she could go the Amadillo. There's plenty of options when she's down there.
And the last of our 1000 Guineas nominees is Dame Margo FONTEYN.
Lovely filly that we trained for John Galvin, won at the first set of trials, and just had a nice quiet day out there the other day, but she's a big long striding filly. The autumn's probably going to be better for her, but had a talk to John and he wanted to put her in, so she'll kick off at Te Rapa in a 1400 metre maiden, and a mile might be short of her best, but she's going to be a lovely filly after Christmas.
A race Te Akau would love to win is the Copeland's Mile, with Ray Copeland being a big owner here at Te Akau, and we've nominated 3 horses there. The first of them, Royal Success, who put 3 on the end at the end of last season. Yeah, no, he's a very progressive sort of horse. He's by Savabeel, and they can do no wrong, so he's come back into the stable last week. He's done a little bit of time at the Water Walker. He's just coming along quietly, so the spring could be fairly quiet for him, but we've put him in just in case. Probably more of an autumn horse, but he is very progressive, and looking forward to this campaign with him. SPLURGE, who we recently gelded and came out and won by 5.5, is his first start as a gelding. Yeah, no, he's come back in really good order. Had a quiet jump out this morning at Matamata, and he trials next week at Cambridge.
everything looks to be pretty good with him. We'll pick out a couple of races on his way through, but obviously he's got to get his rating up and you have to win pretty quick, but he's pretty handy gallop. I think there's a good one in him somewhere.
Okay, and our final nominee would be ROCKSUN, who's also been recently gelded.
Yeah, no, he had a jump out this morning with SPLURGE. Both horses are going along very well, both owned by the same syndicate that owns Extravagant as well, so it'd be nice if one of these other horses was able to come out and win a nice race, and I'm pretty sure that if we can keep ROCKSUN on the straight and narrow, then he's a good chance of getting to a nice race. Whether the autumn might be better for him, we'll just wait and see what happens his first couple of runs.
And one nominee for the New Zealand Cup, the well-bred IMPERIUM, now has a 6-year-old and more mature gelding.
Yeah, no, just starting to work him out a bit. He's sort of outthought us on a couple of occasions. He can be a tricky horse, but going to send him down to the South Island nice and early. He left with Chris this morning. Kick him off quietly. Just think that last time perhaps that big fresh up run might have just flattened him for the rest of his campaign, but as an older horse he seems to be handling everything a little bit better, and you know, whether he's a dead set 2 miler, I'm not sure, but we're in there and we're going to have a look anyway.